Welcome to Jimmy's Old Time Radio Show, and I wanted to share with you today the story of Jimmy's Old Time Radio Show. I want to begin with the Japanese philosophy called Ikigai. Loosely translated, it amounts to finding meaning in your life, or a reason for being. And there are many versions of Ikigai. Quick search online and you'll find all kinds of different graphs that indicate what it means. But it's generally a balance of the following things. It is a balance between what you enjoy, what is useful to the world, what you are good at, and what you can be paid for. It can be said that it is your calling. And if you can find your Ikigai, your sweet spot in life, it's said to be the key to happiness. I start with Ikigai because with my work as Jimmy's Old Time Radio Show, that was as close as I've ever been to Ikigai, that sweet spot. Find a job you don't need a vacation from. Well, that was certainly what I had. My life was one big vacation for the last 10 years, roughly, traveling across Canada and entertaining seniors. Ikigai is elusive. It took me years until I found it, but I did eventually. And it was just as good as they say. Always a musician ever since I was a child. I combined that with my gerontology background, and I found an unlikely means to support myself while doing something good for the society. It was not always easy. Truthfully, it was quite a struggle, but it was satisfying at a level that I'd never really experienced before. When I was young, starting out as a rock drummer, I never thought that entertaining seniors would be my outlet as a musician. I always wanted to be a musician. I knew that ever since I was a child. But two parallel paths finally wove together and found a unique path. Certainly not a great musician. I'm not really great at anything at all. I'm just a basic player. For the seniors, I play guitar and I sing. And I don't do anything extraordinary, but I try to play it well, and I try to play it clean, and I try to make it nice. I regard myself as pretty lucky to have found that path. So how did I get here? Well, it started a long time ago when I was an apprentice chef. I did my program in the 80s, George Brown College in Toronto, and immediately after my culinary program, I took a food service supervisor program, which is a gerontology-based nutritional management course, institutional management. In the day when I was there, it was called food service supervisor. Now it's called food and nutrition management. Fresh out of school, it was difficult for me to find a full-time management job in institutional kitchens. It took me almost 2 decades before I found my first one, Chartwell Maple Court Villa in Walkerton, Ontario. That was a nice retirement home. I had a tremendous time working there. And from there I went on to long-term care at the Southampton Care Centre. It was during my time working in the kitchens in these retirement homes and long-term care homes that I saw the potential of entertainment. I was working in Maple Court, and there was a duet that used to come in. They called themselves Double Take, and they were fantastic. Bass player, guitar player, drum machine, really good sound, and fantastic music. And what really struck me was the audience's reaction. So I decided that I wanted to do that. I knew a lot of the songs already, and I set to work studying. And after a while, I booked my first care home concert at Hannah Walker Place in Owen Sound. The first year was just part-time, but I was hooked. And around the time that I left cooking in the industry, I started my career as a full-time musician. And over the decade that followed, it grew and grew and grew. I worked hard at networking and playing shows, and the numbers prove themselves. My 10th anniversary is this month. And I was really looking forward to having the biggest year ever in 2020. But around or about Friday the 13th in March, everything came to a screeching halt. COVID-19 interrupted my plans as well as everyone else's. It was pretty shocking. I mean, I'm used to outbreaks working in the industry. We often have shows canceled, outbreaks. But to have months of work, possibly years of work wiped out, and a global pandemic, obviously, this is different than anything else. I tried to be optimistic. There are some that dare to say there are opportunities in this pandemic. And I think I found an opportunity, and that is the obvious need that I see for continued entertainment. Just because the retirement homes are closed doesn't mean the seniors inside don't need entertainment. So I've turned my focus to creating online virtual entertainment. I've been filming the few outside summer concerts that I've had this year, and I do still hope to create some high-quality programming this fall and winter. As I've been networking my channel, it's seen tremendous growth, as seen on this graph. It's about 5,000% growth. The need is definitely real. The seniors were hit the hardest, and they're suffering through isolation. A quick search online can show some really heartbreaking pictures of the seniors with their window visits. They weren't even able to see family and friends come in, never mind a musician coming in. So it hasn't been easy for them, I'm sure. And so that's what I've devoted my energy toward, is just trying to create a distraction, a form of entertainment. During this layoff, I've been taking some schooling. I just finished my long-term care administrator course. I just finished getting SmartServe, and I'm currently working on getting my Microsoft Office certification. Preparing for whatever is next. I may be going back to the industry soon. If I do, I'll still perform music though on the side, and I'll still try to promote my online videos. So circling back to the Ikigai, I'm still doing it, but it's even more of a struggle now. That sweet spot is very elusive suddenly. There's a kernel of satisfaction when I play my concerts, but the element of that graph that isn't working out now is the profitability. And seniors' facilities are dealing with some tight budgets now. They've had to purchase PPEs and all kinds of costs associated with the pandemic. Could be a long time before entertainers are making a decent living again. So my online work will probably remain online, and I will be networking it all around the world. I've been sending emails and joining groups in America, the British Isles, Australia, New Zealand, and pretty warm reception everywhere I've networked. I'll keep doing it as long as I can. It's as close to Ikigai as I've ever found. But I am also prepared for changes. Hard times force hard decisions, and my Ikigai has shrunken and become very elusive. So there is a very short synopsis of the story of Jimmy's Old Time Radio Show. Please support my work and subscribe to my channel. Every little click helps me deliver more music to more seniors. I hope this finds you well.